I'm going to avoid that rift for now until I heal at camp. If I can. Is that a ram for me? No, it's just a nug. Oh shit. I just got a bunch more up. I don't know. Redcliffe Farms. Looks like I'm getting closer to the village.
This would be a...
Okay. A letter in an empty home. Endron, they're telling everyone to leave until the mages and Templars stop burning everything down. I saw the way the merchants were looking, though. If we just flee, they'll pick our houses clean. I'm taking our little project to the cave in the hills up north. You know the one. It'll be safe there until all this is over. Hessel. Okay. Wonder what kind of project is happening there. Let's go and look at these houses. It looks like there's another one of those things. Let's go do that really quickly. The shard things. Oh, fox. Okay. Okay. That was pretty painless. And back to the farm. I love hurting myself for no reason. I wonder if you give us any leather. Doesn't look like it. Okay. Maybe. Yeah, fennec fur. Oh, horses. I guess this is where we meet the Horsemaster.
This must be Master Dennet.
Thank you, Cassandra. Okay.
And who are you then? Talk to my father if you have business here.
Okay. Let's check out this one first.
There must be something here.
So you're the Inquisition, eh? Watch yourself,
Yeah.
Inquisition.
But you should just wait. I'm looking for something, dude. Oh, so I'm just going to take something out of his house. Okay. An Norwegian liqueur for the daring, or those who wish to seem so. Said to enhance sensation, and at the bottom, an erotically carved peach pit. The design is plain, but the bottle assures the act of carving was scandalous. Okay. Now let's go chat to this guy. Master Dennet.
Name's Dennet. I served our Leman for 30 years as Horsemaster. I hear your Inquisition is looking for mounts.
That's right.
It is. Can you help us?
Not at the moment. I can't just send 100 of the finest horses in Ferelden down the road like you send a letter. Every bandit between here and Haven would be on them like flies on crap. You'll have mounts once I know they won't end up as a cold winter's breakfast.
You got a problem with me?
If you have a problem with me personally, I'd like to know about it.
What? No, I've got no bad blood with free marchers. Maker, I had kin flee to Kirkle when the last blight tore this land apart. My wife Elena manages the farms and Bron's in charge of my guards. They'll tell you what they need. Until then, you deserve something better than whatever knock-kneed plow neg they gave you. The chestnut over there is a purebred Ferelden forder. Take care of him, and he'll take care of you, Inquisition.
Okay. So he gave me a horse, but it doesn't look like he gave anyone else one.
I heard what my man said. If you want our horses, then we need our farmers back safe in their fields. Since the breach appeared, the wolves have gone mad. They come after our men like beasts with the water sickness. You deal with the wolves, and our farmers will be safe again.
Yeah, tell me about these
How
wolves.
are these wolves acting differently from normal?
Normal wolves go after livestock, but come at them with a torch and a blade and they run. These beasts, though, it's like darkspawn during the Blight, or when the dead rose to attack us. They're possessed, or something like it. I've lost too many men to the beasts. I won't endanger more.
Farewell.
Good day to you.
Okay. So I need to deal with the wolves. Requires perk. Okay, so apparently being a rogue isn't enough to unlock all these doors. So does that mean it's like an Inquisition perk? I'm not sure.
The Master doesn't want me to fight well out there. If
Ron.
those refugees are going to defend themselves, they'll need real defenses. I've got a few ideas.
What do you want me to do?
You said you had a way to help the refugees.
I do. There are too many hills in these parts, good places for raiders and bandits to gather. I've marked good spots on the map. You set up watchtowers there, I'll talk to the Master and get your people weapons.
Okay.
Farewell.
So I need to make watchtowers. Oh, here's another shard. So I need to go mount my horse. Okay. So L3 to gallop, O to dismount. Okay. Awesome, so I can just like call my horse. Let's see what this girl has to say to us now.
Fancy trying out one of my courses?
Explain these races.
What kind of racing are you talking about?
I set up a course over there with stakes in the ground. It's too narrow to race directly, so I time it with a sandglass. You try to ride the course before I call time.
Okay.
I'll try one of your courses.
Wonderful. Get your horse and I'll set up the stakes. You make time, I'll throw in some of the dress money Father gave me. Consider it a donation to the Inquisition.
Where'd the horse go? Oh, I guess I have to call it. Okay. And okay, so L3 to gallop. This kind of thing always stresses me out. I don't like race against time things. Okay, so report. That wasn't too bad.
Nicely done. Fancy another race?
Okay.
Set up the next course.
Great. Go get mounted. I'll put up the stakes straight away.
I wonder what the benefit of me doing these races is. Oh, I guess that's this thing. Oh great, a fade rift. I guess they don't bother me when I'm mounted. Oh, I don't know if I'm gonna finish. Okay. Oh.
Nicely done. Fancy another race?
Set up the next course.
So is this gonna go on
Great.
forever,
Go get mounted. I'll put up
or
the
is there like
stakes
an
straight
ending
away.
point? Yeah, I'm not sure what the purpose of this is. I guess it's just to practice riding. Hopefully she gives us some kind of prize for doing her races. Because I feel like I don't really have time to be practicing races when there is clearly a Mage Templar war and there's obviously open rifts on your farm.
I'll be damned. You've mastered every course I set up.
So that was it? No
That
bonus?
was some riding.
Okay. So that was interesting. Take a quick look at our journal. So it looks like we have a bunch of things to do. Oh yeah, the farmland security and the wolves. Let's see if there's anything close by. So we have a bunch of shards around us and landmark and a rift, but I'm not sure we have high enough levels for the rifts, but we might as well give it a go. Just head in that direction and see what we can find. So far I've noticed that there's not a whole lot of party banter, which is kind of disappointing, because that's one of my favorite parts of the game, to see what everyone says. A heartfelt request. Lost. Prize-winning Druffy. Ran when demons attacked. Last seen down in the gully. Reward if found and returned to Farmstead. A note posted on a public board with a simple map showing the general location of the Druffalo and where to return her. Okay. That's an interesting request. But let's go ahead and give this rift a go. Hopefully it's not too disastrous. I need to go into my codex to see what those things are that keep jumping out up the ground at me. I'm not exactly sure what they are. And I feel like if we are fighting them, surely we've gotten information on them. So let me take a quick peek at that and see. Okay, I don't see any of those things that look like that, so I'll just have to wait and find out later, I guess. So that rift was pretty easy, so that was good. Let's see what that is up there. Okay, this is like one of my least favorite things, is when there's not like a direct path to something. I'm terrible at, oh, I need to kill that ram for the ram meat. So anyway, I'm terrible at discovering ways to get there. Okay. Oh, I didn't even realize we were in a real fight. Oh great, I don't think I can fight a bear.
And innocent people caught in the middle. Some things never change.
Oh yeah, we cannot fight this bear. This is going to be a disaster. Oh, no, no, no. Okay. I can't believe a bear is going to be my downfall. Okay. So that was a disaster. How many times do you think I'm going to die on this Let's Play? Well, at least it came back after we closed the rift. Okay. So maybe we should head towards a quest. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe let's grab some shards. I'm not really sure. I feel like it's much bigger than I expected, and I went from having no quests to a ton all at once. And I would like to be sort of efficient about it if I could. Okay, so maybe there's another one up there. There's something up there anyway. Mark location. Okay, so this is for the farmland security. So they want the watchtowers to be built here so that we can get our horses.
Die!
No. So that wasn't the smartest move to jump right into some kind of ward. So I'm trying to avoid the bear this time, because clearly I'm
Mages
not
and Templars and innocent people caught in the middle.
equipped for that
Some
yet.
things never change.
Okay. So let's head up towards the wolves. I don't know what Cassandra was over there doing, but we're gonna leave her. I was hoping that was gonna be a ram. Okay, I can't go that way.
Let's look around.
So when he says let's look around, does that mean there's something hidden? Yes. Carter coat and gold. Okay. And they didn't like that. So maybe it was their stuff. I can't go over there because they're wards. Oh, well, Cassandra just did it, so obviously I can do it. Oh, I want that goat. Nope, didn't get him. No, not the bear. Oh. Okay. I'm honestly just going to run away. If I can.
Solus needs help!
Yeah, it's just me now. I'm totally running away. I don't know if that's like a thing I can do, but I'm gonna try it. Yeah, I just dumped Cassandra over here. Oh, and Varric. And I bet Solus, is he under there too? No. I'm still running away, so you should probably come with me. Because that's how pathetic I am. I run away from bears in this game. A letter at an abandoned campsite. Come to me, my love. The dreams have guided you this far, and now I write these words with your own hand for you to read when you wake. You are so close. Come to the tree on the hill where the stone lady stands. Bring Philanderus, so I know you, and we can finally be together forever. I don't think I have whatever that is. I'm not even sure what it is. Let me give a quick peek and see. Okay, inventory. No, I don't have that. Unless it's some kind of weapon or something. But either way, I don't have it. So, I think I have to go back by that bear, and I don't want to. I don't know how to get to the wolves. Everything was blocked off. Still blocked off. Maybe this way? No, that's remarked for our tower. I should go to camp and heal us. Okay. Some spindleweed. Got nervous for a second. That water was pretty deep. I need to go through and set up what, like, sort of tactics we have. Even though it's not the same as it used to be, just so that hopefully we won't get just destroyed like we did with that bear. I'm not even sure I can handle the wolves, but I'm going to give it a go. And hopefully everything will go alright. I'm sure if any of you are watching, you're probably thinking that I'm an absolute moron with the choices that I'm making, but whatever. Okay, I think I found the wolves. With their green eyes.
These must be the wolves Elena spoke of.
Oh, they are pretty powerful. I'm like not even really putting a dent in them. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot they perceive me like so easily. A sad noise. Oh, it's still alive. Okay, and sadly, I think there are more. Yes, there are more. Looks like we're going into some kind of cave.
That cave could be the lair of our strange wolves.
Lair makes it sound like there's going to be so many. Oh, and this guy too.
It's a demon.
Great. think I gotta run. Okay. Just trying to keep my party members alive. I feel like this is the best thing that I can do. Okay.
With the demon dead, the farmers should be safe from the wolves.
I expect the wolves are also pleased to be freed from the demon's control.
The wolf isn't acting very free from the demon's control. Okay. So that could have been worse.
Refugees out here. Reminds me of Kirkwall during the Blight.
Oh, and here's onyx. So I bet there's a bunch of onyx in here, which I need for the requisition. I think. Maybe that was the only one. Oh no, here's more. Let's see how much of it I needed. Oh, I already have enough. Okay, so that was pretty easy. I thought I was going to have to go hunting around for a lot longer than that. Okay, let's go back to camp so that we can heal up. Oh, we're like right next to something else, so let's check that out really quick. Okay, so hopefully we will make it through. So I think I'm supposed to be doing something in the exact same area that I already am. But I'm not sure. What, maybe I'm supposed to go up? Oh, okay. I guess that was it. So I'm glad I went ahead and searched for that while I was in the area. And now let's go back to camp to heal. Actually, I want to go back to Haven to see if there's anything I can do in the war room. I need to go through and really develop my characters. I suppose I can do that while we play, but I usually spend a really long time doing that. So I'm not sure that would be the most entertaining thing in the world. Okay, see, last time I checked in the room, there wasn't anything new, so... Oh my. We have some kind of...
Your kind killed the most holy. Lies. Your kind let her die. Shut your mouth, mate!
Enough!
Okay, so
My
we have...
captain!
That is not my title. We are not Templars any longer. We are all part of the Inquisition.
And what does that mean, exactly?
Back already, Chancellor. Haven't you done enough?
I'm curious, Commander, as to how your Inquisition and its herald will restore order as you've promised.
Of course you are. Back to your duties, all of you.
That was interesting. I thought we had like the Mage Templar like conflict coming to our doorstep, but apparently it's people within our own army, so that's not a good outlook for us.
Mages and Templars were already at war. Now they're blaming each other for the Divine's death.
Which is why we require a proper authority to guide them back to order.
Who? You? Random clerics who weren't important enough to be at the Conclave?
The Rebel Inquisition and its so-called Herald of Andraste? I think not.
I'm so torn. I want to say the proper authority fell, but I feel like my character, she would just say, I'm not the Herald, so...
I don't believe I'm Andraste's Herald any more than you do, Chancellor.
That laudable humility won't stop the Inquisition from using a misconception when it suits them.
The Inquisition claims only that we must close the breach or perish.
You say that now, Commander. We shall see if the sentiment remains true.
Yeah, Colin, why is he here?
Remind me why you're allowing the Chancellor to stay?
Clearly, your Templar knows where to draw the line.
He's toothless. There's no point turning him into a martyr simply because he runs at the mouth. The Chancellor's a good indicator of what to expect in Val Royeaux, however.
Is the Mage Templar war large?
How widespread is the violence between mages and Templars?
Impossible to say.
Your organization flouting the Chantry's authority will not help matters.
With the Conclave destroyed, I imagine the war between mages and Templars is renewed with interest.
But who killed the Divine?
The mages and Templars are fighting, even though we don't know what really happened at the Temple of Sacred Ashes.
Exactly why all this should be left to a new Divine. If you are innocent, the Chantry will establish it as so.
Or we'll be happy to use someone as a scapegoat.
You think nobody cares about the truth? We all grieve Justinia's loss.
But you won't grieve if the Herald of Andraste is conveniently swept under a carpet.
I'll return with good news.
I'll make sure they see reason in Val Royeaux.
I pray you're right.
We'll see if Colin has anything else to say.
I will keep the peace, while you and the others appeal to the Chantry in Val Royeaux.
Better ready yourself for the blame you will be rightly assigned.
Yeah, get out of my conversation.
I will keep the peace, while you and the others appeal to the Chantry
Okay,
in Val
so
Royeaux.
there's nothing else he wants to say.
There was no word for heaven or for earth or
Oh,
Caryodon will
Mother
have more
Giselle's here
corpses
now.
for the injured as soon as possible, revered mother.
Greetings,
Then
Herald
the
of
voice
Andraste.
the Maker rang
How fares
out
your quest to seal the
first
breach?
word, and his word became all that
Damned if I know.
Well, you know how these things go. At least, I hope someone does.
You love to bring a little light into the darkness. And I'm glad to see it. Too many see laughter as antithetical to the chant of light. They imagine Andraste as a grim warrior all her life, forgetting that she loved and was loved in return. I hope she found time for laughter during her trials, as I hope you do.
Okay, I'm so torn again. I'm not the Herald, and just being polite, I'm not the Herald.
I thought I made it clear that I'm not the Herald of Andraste.
I understand. Whatever you believe, there remains a task to be done. If the faith of the people is nothing but a tool, then I beg you to use it well. We will all perish if you do not. In any case, I pray this Inquisition proves less brutal than its predecessor.
I feel like that's really hypocritical for her to say, even if I don't believe, to use people's faith. Interesting. Who will be the next Divine?
Do you know who the Grand Clerics will choose as the next Divine?
It is a difficult decision. All the obvious candidates perished with Divine Justinia at the Conclave. The Grand Clerics are terrified of the Inquisition. They will not decide soon, and I fear they will not decide wisely. Whoever is chosen needs the Inquisition's support. No one else seems likely to seal the breach.
How are the people?
How are the people doing after what happened at the Conclave?
They are scared, of course. Many have lost homes or loved ones. I doubt many will sleep well until you have sealed the breach. I have offered what help I can. The rest is for the Inquisition. What more do you wish to know?
How are people at Haven?
How are the villagers in Haven doing?
They are terrified. Many of them came here because the war between the Mages and the Templars destroyed their homes. In their minds, the death of a divine has destroyed any chance of peace. To that, add the breach. Farmers have fled their fields. If we do not restore order, half of Thedas may starve.
What help are you offering?
What are you doing to help these people?
My sisters and I have been tending to the injured as best we are able. Some refugees come with food, while others arrive empty-handed. I have helped ensure that all have enough to eat. Beyond that, many simply wish the familiar comfort of the Chant of Light. It is little enough work to offer some comfort to those in pain.
How are people elsewhere?
Do you have information on people elsewhere?
The refugees in the Hinterlands are desperate. Without help, starvation or war will claim many lives. Villagers in Crestwood are besieged by their own dead. They have sent word begging for assistance. People are vanishing in the hills of Emprise de Lyon. It may be demons or something worse, but they are terrified. More than that I cannot say. It is a chaotic time for all in Olay and Ferelden.
Farewell.
Make her go with you.
I know she has a lot more to say, so...
I greet you.
Let's... Inquisition history. I want to hear about that.
Can you tell me about the original Inquisition?
The original Inquisition was formed after the First Blight, well before the Chantry as we know it. The Inquisitors were hunters, zealots, who tracked and killed cultists and dangerous mages. As Andraste rose to power, the Inquisition came into her service. Instead of hunting those who would do harm, the Inquisitors spread the Chant of Light by force.
We're named after that?
No wonder everyone is so nervous around us. Who chose that name?
Divine Justinia herself. I understand that this was not a popular decision. In any case, once the Chant of Light had spread far and wide, there was less need for zealots. The Inquisitors became the seekers of truth, and eventually the Templars.
And now we're back.
And now the Inquisition has been called again to restore order by force.
Do you know what impresses me most about the original Inquisition? They fought horrific battles, killed and died for their cause, and when it was time, they put their swords away. Perhaps the name was Divine Justinia's message, that when the Inquisition is needed, it will strike without mercy. But when its work is done, it will put its sword away.
Let's talk about the Chantry.
I don't believe I've had the chance to speak candidly with the revered mother. Can you tell me about the Chantry?
I presume you mean deeper questions about the organization itself. I trust the Chantry at Ostwick taught you the basics.
How do you view magic?
What is your stance on magic?
Andraste put it simply. Magic must serve man, not rule over him. However, those words must be put into the proper historical context. Andraste led a rebellion against the Tevinter Imperium, whose magisters controlled most of the world at the time. Even then, she never called for all mages to be put to death. She believed in peaceful coexistence.
So the Chantry is more stringent?
I don't recall the Chantry being as tolerant of magic as you describe.
No. The Chantry is an imperfect vessel, pulled in every direction by those who would steer its course. Yet the Templars rebelled precisely because Divine Justinia was not restrictive enough. Perhaps the Inquisition will find a better way.
Why only human women?
Why does the Chantry allow only human women to become priestesses?
The official doctrine is that elves and dwarves have turned further from the Maker than humanity. And as for men, the chant holds that they are more vulnerable to anger or passion. But in truth, it is simply political. added after Andraste's death, like too many of our beliefs.
If you believe that, then fight.
If you don't believe these restrictions are what Andraste wanted, why haven't you tried to change them?
Has the current state of the world not taught you the folly of fighting too many battles at once? I chose to use what power I had to help peasants forgotten by the nobles of Orlais. I believed there would be time to address their inequality under the Chantry once we had saved them from starving.
What about exalted marches?
There were calls for an exalted march to put down the Mage Rebellion. What was your opinion?
It was ignorant gossip. An exalted march only succeeds when it carries the will of the people. Even then, it cannot be undertaken lightly. People are too easily frightened. We cannot destroy everything they fear. An exalted march is justified only against a true threat to this whole world. It is an offense to the Maker to use it as a political bludgeon, or as a means of spreading the chant of light.
And the March on the Dales?
What about the exalted march that conquered the elves?
That is a hotly debated matter in some circles of the Chantry. The elves had conquered Montsemard and threatened Val Royeaux itself. They were not helpless victims. But even then, Orlais was the only nation to provide troops. It was hardly an exalted march of all the faithful. The Maker wishes his world to spread by example, not by war. We win no converts with blood.
Farewell.
Maker go with you.
Okay, let's see if she has anything else to
Greetings,
say.
Herald of Andraste.
How are the people?
Can you tell me how our people are doing?
What would you like to know?
Okay, she told me about the people at Haven.
Do you have information on people elsewhere?
The refugees in the Hinterlands are desperate. Without help, starvation or war will claim many lives. Villagers in Crestwood are besieged by their own dead. They have sent word begging for assistance. People are vanishing in the hills of Emprise de Lyon. It may be demons or something worse, but they are terrified. More than that I cannot say. It is a chaotic time for all in Orlais and Ferelden.
See if she has anything new to say
How are the
about
villagers
that.
in Haven doing?
They are terrified. Many of them came here because the war between the mages
No, it sounds
and
like
the
the same
Templars
thing, so
destroyed
just a
their
repeat.
homes.
Didn't go away.
In their minds, the death of a divine has destroyed any chance of peace. To that, add the breach. Farmers have fled their fields. If we do not restore order, half of Thedas may starve.
Okay, so I guess now all that's left is to ask her if she needs anything. So we'll do that really quickly and then head into the war room.
Is there anything I can do to help you or your people?
My healers would benefit from more supplies. We have run short of even common goods with so many wounded. If you could deliver this list and the items on it to Quartermaster Thren, she could get us what we need. It may not seem like much, but it would enable my healers to save many lives.
Okay, so...
Farewell.
Farewell.
I'm assuming we're having some kind of new, okay, quest. Lotus and Root. So I need more blood, Lotus. I'm gonna hop in here real quick and see if there's anything I can drop off.
Ah, Lady Trevelyan. May I have a moment?
Okay. And Josephine wants to talk to me.
Yes, Ambassador?
I'd like to discuss your parents.
Well, that was quick.
A little sudden, but it's time someone made an honest woman of me.
What? Very amusing. This is serious. I'd like to dispatch a courier asking the bands of House Trevelyan to align themselves with us. What are your thoughts? Should we approach your family for their formal support of the Inquisition?
I guess I'll do it.
If that's what you want, I'll send a letter to my family. They'll respect the request if it comes from me.
Wonderful. That will save time. Val Royeaux has noted your lineage. It gives the Inquisition some legitimacy, although not so much as we'd hoped.
Why not?
You are from Ostwick. Orlesian nobles consider the free marches somewhat quaint.
I'm gonna say our independence puzzles them.
Orlesians are just baffled free marchers governing themselves without an empress to hold their hands.
A peasant might get away with that insult, but not someone of your stature. Speaking of which, I should thank you for your patience with the simple quarters. The accommodations in Haven are surely rough for someone of your birth.
How do you find it?
This can't be what you're accustomed to, Ambassador.
One adjusts. I stay busy. It helps take my mind from our surroundings. And the cold, and the wildlife, and the lack of civilization for miles around. Why anyone lived here before we found Andraste's ashes, I cannot imagine.
At least the isolation is safe.
Having a few leagues of ice between me and whoever wishes me ill can't hurt.
Do not say that too loudly. Chancellor Roderick is still here. Until next time, my lady.
I guess we'll see if she has anything else to say.
Greetings.
Anything to report?
What do the people make of us?
Despite our fame, we're low on steadfast allies. We must aim for more.
Okay. I don't think
Let's
that was anything
speak
new.
later.
Goodbye.
So into the war room we go.
There was no word for heaven.
Any word?
Nothing yet.
I guess we'll address the Chantry and Valerio. The remaining Chantry clerics have declared the Inquisition heretical. Attempts to gather allies against the breach have been rebuffed. And at this moment, we could not step foot into the capital without being attacked by a mob or arrested. We must convince the Chantry to permit us entry into the city so we can show them the Herald of Andraste is not the monster they believe. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this.
Having the Herald address the clerics is not a terrible idea.
You can't be serious.
Mother Giselle isn't wrong. At the moment, the Chantry's only strength is that they are united in opinion.
And we should ignore the danger to the Herald.
Let's ask her.
This may not actually help.
I'm more concerned this won't actually solve any problems.
I agree. It just lends credence to the idea that we should care what the Chantry says.
I will go with her. Mother Giselle said she could provide us names. Use them.
But why? This is nothing but a...
What choice do we have, Liliana? Right now, we can't approach anyone for help with the breach. Use what influence we have to call the clerics together. Once they are ready, we will see this through.
Okay. I guess I should probably end it for today. So goodbye and thanks for watching.